Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulillahi wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Welcome to Book 2 of the Medina Arabic course. Inshallah ta'ala, this is the book that we'll be studying. It's very colorful on the outside and on the inside as well. So as you notice, it's a bit thicker. It's about twice the size. It has 31 chapters compared to the 23 chapters we did in book 1. So 8 chapters more than book 1. You'll also find that there are a lot more concepts that are going to be explained. Among the many concepts, there are 2 major concepts that will be stressed in this book. The first concept is expanding on the jumla ismiya, the mubtada and khabar, nominal sentence, subject and predicate stuff that we learned in book 1. We will see that the mubtada and khabar, if you add a simple harf, not any harf, but we'll learn there are certain huruf that you can add to it, it will change the meaning dramatically, as well as causing grammatical changes to the ending of the words, the mubtada and the khabar. So we will see that inshallah, as well as the second major concept, which is the verbs, the af'al. Book 1, you saw a couple verbs, but you did not see much conjugation. In book 2, it will focus heavily on verbs. Now there are many forms of verbs, about 15 forms. About 10 of them are triliteral forms of the verb. And out of that 10, form 1 out of the 10 is the most extensive. And it requires the most effort. So as usual, you find that the book, it gives you the hardest things first. It's kind of like it's a heavy hurdle. If you can get over that hurdle, everything else will be easier. Right? Inna ma'al usri yusra. After difficulty comes ease. So that's the concept of book 2 as well. Form 1 is a little bit difficult because it has so many different flavors. I like to call them flavors of form 1. Once we grasp that, inshallah, you'll find that the other forms, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, they're very easy, very, very easy. Okay, form 1 requires a little bit of memorization and you have to exert some more effort. But we'll cover it inshallah ta'ala. Despite that, you'll find the book very, very entertaining. The book as well, it's full of life because you're going to get into a lot of Quranic verses. And that should be the goal of the course. Initially we mentioned in the introductory video that the goal of this course is to help us to learn Quranic text and hadith. So when we hear the Quran recited, we know what is being said. We hear hadith being mentioned, we should know most of what is being said at least. So we're getting to see the fruits of our hard work by learning some Quranic verses that are in here and fully understanding them, inshallah ta'ala, based on our ability. So whenever a Quranic verse is introduced or a hadith, sometimes I may even add a hadith or a Quranic verse to it just to illustrate the concept that is being explained. I highly, highly suggest that you memorize these hadith and these Quranic verses if you plan to take this Arabic to another level, if you plan to use it and implement it. If you're a serious student of knowledge, you must memorize the ahadith and the Quranic verses that are going to be presented in this book. And we'll do the same to book 3 when we approach it, inshallah ta'ala. In the next video, I will give an introduction about the verbs, inshallah ta'ala.